Welcome to this how-to video for logging in and accessing the ACUHO-I Campus Housing Index. To begin the process, you will want to visit the ACUHO-I homepage, which can be found at ACUHO-I.org. Once on the homepage, you will see a row of menu options at the top. This purple box on the right side has a link for the Campus Housing Index. If you click here, this will redirect you to the Campus Housing Index portion of the ACUHO-I website. This page includes helpful information about the Campus Housing Index, as well as resources and other documents that may be helpful as you're reviewing the data that's available and as you're entering the data collection and data entry process each year. There's also information about subscriptions and pricing should you be interested in purchasing a premium subscription. To proceed with logging into the Campus Housing Index, you will want to navigate to this gray box with the purple button that says Sign In to CHI. If you click on this button, it will bring you to a page where you are asked to log in to the ACUHO-I portal. If you have not previously logged into our new portal, you will need to click the green Sign Up button and go through the process of signing up with an account in the new portal. If you already have credentials, you can log in here. If you have not created an ACUHO-I account before, or you are a new member, you will need to go through the process of setting up your ACUHO-I login before you can access the Campus Housing Index. Once you log in here, you will be redirected to the Campus Housing Index website. You may initially see a pop-up box that will have helpful information and share your level of basic or premium, depending on whether you have purchased a premium subscription. When you continue through that welcome box, you will be brought to the home page. You can see here that there are three main sections of the CHI. The first is the profile section, which includes demographic data about the institution. The second is operations, where there's information about staffing, conference services, budgets, and a number of other things. And the final section is the compensation section, which is where data are entered and reviewed related to benefits and compensation for the different occupations in the CHI. A note here is that Section 3 is only visible to those who are listed as the senior housing officer or who the senior housing officer has designated as needing access, and that would be through their staff roster. So Section 3 may not be visible to you if you are not someone in a senior housing officer role or in a role that has been given additional access by your senior housing officer. If that is the case, you will only see Section 1 and Section 2. You'll see at the top here that we do have a home button where you can also navigate through these three sections, and there's a space where you can provide feedback as well. In today's video, we are going to walk through looking up specific data or finding the answer to a specific question. This question relates to facilities, specifically facilities expenses and facilities staffing for the last year. What we'll look at today is where you can find information about expenses and staffing related to facilities. This may also help you in finding the same information for other operational areas. So to begin, you'll see that we're logged in to our CHI account and we're on the main page. The first thing we'll want to do if we're interested in staffing information is we could go to the operations section. We click here on operations. This will open up our page with the different subsections within operations. Now, if we're interested in facilities, you may think that we should go directly to facilities. This will provide helpful information, but not specifically related to staffing and expenses. Facilities here, I'll show you, is going to give us information about residential buildings, specific details about the types of rooms or suites that are available, and then maintenance information. So if you're interested in knowing perhaps um, total square feet managed, number of buildings managed or served by your facilities department, this would be the place to go. But for today's example, we're interested in expenses and staffing, and so this is not where we would want to look to find that information. So we're going to navigate over here to the Home button and click on Section 2 for Operations, and that'll get us back to where we were. And instead, we're going to look at Business Operations, and we're going to skip right down here to the second option for Staffing. Alternately, if you were to go back to this page and just click on Business Operations, you'll see here that there's tabs and you'd be able to go to staffing this way as well. So this would show you what answers you entered the last year. What we're interested in here is the question comparisons. So let's go to question comparisons, business operations, and staffing. If we scroll down here, we'll be able to see the number of full-time employees within the facilities. If we look here, we're going to get overall numbers, full-time and part-time for the entire department or operation. But if we scroll down, we can see this staffing breakout by department. So this is where we will find facilities operations, and you'll see number of full-time equivalents, facilities operations employees. Here's where you'll see the 25th percentile, which is 2, 75th percentile, which is 80, and the median, which is 9. That's, again, those represent number of full-time equivalents within facilities operations. Now let's say we're wanting to look at expenses or budget information. Right over here in the next tab, you're going to find budget and finance. Again, this is going to give you, to begin with, an overall budget and operating expenditures detail. If we scroll down, you'll see first that this is broken down by personnel, facilities, supplies, and other. There's FLSA information. Keep going. You can see here there's a facilities area under allocation of revenue budget, facilities under allocation of revenue budget. So this is going to be the current year first, and further down you'll see the previous year. So in this area you'd be able to review both what the current information is as well as what was budgeted for the year prior. So there's 2 data points related to revenue budgeted, and then if we look, there's also capital budget information. It's really anything budget related, including personnel, facilities, supplies, and capital is going to be in this budget and finance area. Then if we go to the wage details area, so this is more back in relation to the staffing information. We already looked at the FTEs for facilities staff, but in this area, you'd be able to look at um, wages. So this isn't going to be broken down by employee, but rather a total. So as you can see here, there's both total budgeted wages overall, and then there's a breakdown by department. So again, if we scroll down here to facilities and operations, you'll be able to see 25th percentile, 75th percentile, and median. So to summarize, if you're interested in learning about facilities expenses and facilities staffing information, let's go back to the home page. You're going to want to live in this operations section 2 area to look at this information. Probably the easiest thing to do would be to go here and go straight to question comparisons, and then you'd be able to look at the different areas and navigate through. So let's say we want to go straight to staffing information under business operations. You'd be able to scroll down and find that number of full-time equivalents for facilities operations. If you're interested in seeing that as a chart, click this little icon, and there's a handy chart here where the 25th percentile, median, and 75th percentile are labeled. And this is something that you can save as a PDF or a PowerPoint. If you're interested in saving all of the charts in this section, you can also save all of them as a PDF or PowerPoint. Again, to find that, just go to the little icon here to the right of the chart that's showing the results for that specific question. If you'd like to filter these results at all, with basic access, you would have these 3 filters: control, regional association, and state or province. So if these are of interest, you'd be able to filter. Let's say you want to look just at public institutions. You can click that, say done. Now you're seeing results for facilities operations, FTEs, just for public institutions here. If you look here for the chart, you're going to be able to see that chart again. And here under filter settings, it tells you that you've filtered by public. When it says any, that means that you have not selected any filters for those other areas. If you download and save the chart as a PDF or PowerPoint, it will provide you with information about any filters that you've applied. All right, that is today's video about finding data related to facilities, expenses, and staffing. Be sure to review part 1 of this video, which talked about logging in and navigating the platform, if you would like to become more familiar with that process.